Audio Jungle.
Hello, everyone. This is Al Kabir, the analyst, and today I'll be talking PFF, having the Philadelphia Eagles as the fourth worst roster in the NFL behind the Jets, the Lions, and the Texans. This is utterly ridiculous. But this is Al Kabir, the analyst. For PFF to be these professionals that do all this research and come up with a data analyst that way, it's pretty bad, man. It's sad. Okay, let's break down last year. That's what I believe they are basing this off of, which is unfair because they're supposed to be going into 2021. We were the worst team in the worst division. That is what it is. According to the record, we were the worst team in the worst division. So to a casual fan, I can see the casual fan saying that. And then plus they're like, well, you know, you guys only basically beat backup quarterbacks. Daniel Jones, a future backup quarterback. So I can see why you guys are like the fourth worst roster. That's the casual fan. But for PFF, once again, to have this out is utterly ridiculous. So let's break this down a bit. Okay, so let's go over last year. Games we lost. It's not like games we were just getting blown out and we was just a bad team with a bad roster. Everything was ugly. First, injuries. Nobody's bringing that up. If healthy, we clearly had one of the best offensive lines in the league. Simple as that. Wide receiver core, if we're going off of last year, could have been really good. But the Deshaun Jackson injuries, the offensive line injuries was caused a effect on Carson Wentz. And when that happens, you got guys like Jalen Reagor and stuff that are open, but Carson Wentz don't have enough time. Even Jalen Hurts don't have enough time to feed these guys the ball. So they not factoring the injuries. Bad play calling, man. If you look at the Steelers game, the Browns game we lost, Cowboys game, even the game they blown us out, we lost. It was just clearly bad play calling. Simple as that. Simple as that. So now, if they basing it off the year we going in now, the only question I can say we have just going into the year, I'm not talking about the future or what's going to happen next with Fletcher Cox and things like that. I'm just talking about 2021, 2022 season. The only question we really have is cornerback too. If healthy, offensive line, great. Miles Sanders, if we feed him the ball more, we see what he can do. Devontae Smith, Heisman. This is what nobody brings up. Heisman Trophy winner. Jalen Reagor, still a first round pick. Dallas Goedert, according to y'all, is a top 5 tight end in this league. Defensive line. I believe y'all have our defensive line in the top 10, if I'm not mistaken. This is according to y'all. Darius Slay, who can still play. Anthony Harris, according to y'all, was one of the biggest upgrades that we made from Jalen Mills. Linebacking core needs some work, and also cornerback too. And I can't really even say linebacker core because if you sign Eric Wilson, who's supposed to be this big help, so I believe we upgraded a bit everywhere except cornerback too. It's something I think we're going to approach. So for y'all to have us the worst roster, basically, Jets, Lions, Texans, but basically for you to have us the worst roster, it doesn't make sense if y'all analyze the data. Even if y'all want to base it off of last year. Play calling was terrible. We lost a good game to Baltimore, which could have been a spark plug. But you know what Doug Peterson do? Go for unnecessary 2-point conversions. will hurt us at the end of the game. And you know what he decided to do? The best play he decided to do against Baltimore Ravens when we needed a 2-point conversion, he decided to go quarterback, draw? Are you kidding me? Is that a bad roster or is that bad play calling? Come on, PFF. I think y'all need me working there, man. I seen y'all hiring. Like this is ridiculous. And honestly, I think this coming more of Jalen Hurts hate. You got dudes like Chris Sims who can't call plays when he was playing in the NFL, ranking quarterbacks. Then you got PFF, what they ranking up Jalen Hurts. This is pure Philadelphia Eagles hate, man. That's all I can call it. Because if you guys are saying this thing about our roster, about Miles Sanders, Devontae Smith, Darius Slay, our offensive line, our defensive line, but then we have the worst roster, it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. So, once again, from the casual fan, if they want to base it off of last year, I could see why they say that, because they just casual fans and just looking at stuff on Google and not really watching the games. But PFF, I'm utterly disappointed in y'all this year. I really am. I don't know what to say. Going into 2021, fourth worst roster. To me, if we want to include last year, it was bad play calling, and to me, we kind of solved that problem. We got rid of the guys that was calling the plays. We got rid of the old defensive coordinator who was calling bad plays, who I think had a linebacker on Chase Claypool on the game-winning drive. Is that a bad roster or bad play calling? I don't know, man. PFF, I don't know. I don't know, man. Y'all losing y'all credibility. When I was introduced to PFF, I was told these are real guys analyzing the game. They coming out to me like they looking up Google. They getting lazy. This is ridiculous. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. But what do you think and how do you feel about these rankings of the roster? Eagles being the fourth worst. That doesn't make sense. But this is Al Kabir, the analyst. Ghost.